This is inverted vitrectomy. Minimally invasive vitrectomy for phakic retinal detachment with peripheral retinotomy. The patient is phakic and the lens is pretty clear. Dilation was good and a 23-gauge vitrectomy was set up. Superotemporal, supranasal, and inferotemporal sclerotomies were placed. Infusion was not allowed in until its tip was seen and when the illuminating pipe could make it visible in a safe position inside vitreous cavity. There was a macula-off retinal detachment occupying all the temporal side of the retina with peripheral shortening. Vitreous was removed with core and peripheral vitrectomy, the eye being tilted temporally as to reach most of the periphery without touching the lens. All hyaloid remnants ought to be removed because no traction is desirable on the retinal surface. By observing the retina periphery, the retina shows a whitish appearance, mostly where it is detached. A very small hole was seen, probably the one that caused the detachment. The retina was stretched somewhat and shortened. A chorioretinal scar, probably responsible for the local traction and PVR, was noticed. Retina periphery was reached back again, now to go ahead with an economic and focal retinotomy. The cutter lifts the retina up towards its tip, thus helping control shear forces by keeping it still, not grabbing excessive tissue, at that point avoiding fluid shear stress on the retina. Cutter tip moves sideways as to make an uniform retinotomy 2 clock hours. After the retinotomy, it looks like a round tear was created, but actually the relief caused by the maneuver was responsible for flattening the retina at that location. More vitrectomy towards vitreous base was carried out, attempting to remove all vitreous. Retina was pretty flat, but because of PVR, proliferative vitreoretinopathy, I decided to extend the retinotomy 1 additional clock hour down to make sure no more tractions would occur. See how the retina detaches from far periphery, curve flush to the retina, making it flat enough for the next steps of the surgery. Perfluorocarbon liquid was injected on the retina surface. Laser was spotted at retina defects and at the peripheral retinotomy as a barrier around its both anterior and posterior edges. Laser is also made 360 degrees around the retina. More PFC was then injected, aimed at covering our retina, going past the peripheral retinotomy. Image displays peripheral nasal laser as a protection barrier peripherally. Time for silicone oil perfluorocarbon direct exchange to remove PFC and fill the eye up with silicone oil. Sometimes PFC bubbles get multiple, and going after all these bubbles is essential so as not to leave any perfluorocarbon inside. It is safer to use a 25-gauge backflush cannula tip, so no dislocation or traction results, and by going at the interface retina PFC bubble, it comes through the lumen easily. The retina is fully attached. There is no retinal slippage or subretinal PFC by the end of the exchange. Sclerotomies are removed by the end. I appreciate your attention.